After two not so good films, I have a smile on my face all over again, and I have to thank the Malayalam film industry for the same. Hi guys, this is Farhad, and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now, and remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And today, the Malayalam film that we are going to be talking about is Ponman, which stars Basil Joseph, and it is directed by Jyotish Shankar. Now, I was hearing a little buzz about the film that was there, and so I decided to venture out and watch the film in a theater near me, and I was quite happy with what I happened to watch by the end of it, and my thoughts are, quite nuanced for this film. So stay tuned for the entire video that is there. Watch till the end. So coming to the story and screenplay, Ponman, if I have to just summarize the plot in two lines, it would be like a family, gets in touch with a gold lender just so that they could pay the dowry for their daughter's wedding. The family could pay for their daughter's wedding, only for that gold lender to get stuck in a pickle when they cannot repay that amount that is there. This is the two-liner that is there as far as the premise is concerned. Now, for me, Ponman is all about contrasting styles of the narrative that is there. Firstly, the city of Kolam, which is shown as a homage at the beginning of the film. You see it is a hustling and bustling town, but you also, get to see a leisurely side to it by the seashore that is there. Amidst that, you see, the rays of the sun, radiating, that gives it a golden feel. Now, interestingly, Ponman also stands for gold man, so gold has an important ingredient in the play. So one of the interesting aspects of the writing has to be the characterization, which is also contrasting in many ways. You are introduced to the character of Bruno, a part of that family, who gets in touch with the loan lender at a later point in the film. Bruno, you see he's affiliated to a political party that is there, in which the opening sequence you see him beating a man to pulp because he was removing the posters that were stuck on the church that was there, the church wall. Interestingly, the same character that is there, he when the idea of getting in touch with a gold lender comes in, he reimagines one character to be like Jesus Christ. It's a contrasting emotion right there. His mother also, doesn't take too kindly of him. She's not too kind about his presence that is there. At the same time, she doesn't oppose her daughter's wedding to a gangster also, citing that she's already in her early 30s and she needs to get married, and that she will stay alive because the concerned husband that is there, he eventually would feed her fish, because he's also a fish farmer, so to say. Now, these are contrasting emotions, but at the center of it, you find the character of Ajish, which is Basil Joseph that is there. And you see him as a character who's not too intimidating. So his personality trait is also not too intimidating as far as the film is concerned. Unlike a vision or a cardboard cutout of a gold lender that you would normally associate with. They are shrewd and they are, bulky. They can muscle their power in. He's not that guy. He occasionally takes to alcoholism also, and is known to have a blast, a shirtless ball on the beach that is there, and it kind of defines his character, which is why you see him like a very affable, average Joe kind of a fellow that is there at the beginning, only for slowly to turn into a beast according to the situation that he finds himself in. On the other hand, you also have Bruno's sister that is there, and Bruno's sister she remains quiet for most parts of the runtime, almost in agreement of a fate, of her being married to a gangster. But at the same time, there is one scene in which she just retorts the character of Ajish and says that I'm not going to repay your loan or your gold, so to say, because the sole responsible person is her brother. So that is the time she speaks up. Again, a contrasting emotion to what is there. Her husband, the character of Sajin Gopu that is there, he is a gangster who has no remorse, absolutely no redemption. He is intimidating with his presence and his beefed up physique that is there. He doesn't show his vulnerability. He continues, even with the friendly vibes that Ajish has to offer. He still doesn't give that friendly vibe in return for that. There's only this one scene in which you see him, really getting vulnerable, telling that how the gold that he's got in dowry has eventually, resulted in him wanting to pay off his own debts, so to say. So that is an interesting character dynamic regarding all the characters that are there. They are all in contrasting emotions. And this also is true for the tone of the film that is there. The tone of the film that starts off as a breezy kind of a comedy soon enters a black comedy zone. Then it soon enters an intriguing thriller or a drama, serious drama kind of a zone that is there, only leading to action. So the tonal transitions are also very evident, and there's a searing social commentary that is there on morality, on the dowry system that is still prevalent in our society. So there is a lot going on. One little gripe that I had was in the second hour. I did have a little pacing issues in the second hour with respect to the film that is there. It just kind of got a little tonally awkward for me. The transitions from one tone to another didn't really add a new dimension to the drama. Which is not to say the drama was bad. It was very watchable and it definitely was entertaining and intriguing also. It was just a little notch lower than what it could have been as far as the emotions or the landing of the emotions are concerned. My little issue also was with the ending that was there. It kind of had a rudimentary payoff that you would associate with some of the Malayalam films pre-COVID that is there, the pre-COVID era that is there. But I could not discount, the tonal trajectory that was there. It started off almost like a comedy in the Siddiqui Lal kind of a zone that was there. It was a commentary laced with, it was a comedy laced with a social commentary which was nicely integrated in the drama, only for a later payoff that was there with a face off, and it was a powerful face off, although a little rudimentary in nature. So by the end of it, I wasn't left with a wow feeling. It is not that film that would leave you with a wow feeling, absolutely. So it's not a knockout, but it is still a very, very satisfying watch. It is still a good watch as far as the screenplay is concerned. There are many emotions to it, and to handle such tonal shifts in the drama, there was also a comedy scene that was there in between. I think it was a difficult film to pull off, and I think the screenplay was nearly there, and it was superb and it was impressive with the kind of execution that was there also. So coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music and the direction, I felt the dialogues are pretty interesting, and they convey the character traits, or rather the socio-economic conditions of the characters, that in turn results in a set of humor that is there. And that was an interesting layering that was there as far as the dialogues are concerned. Likewise, even the music here, may not be as memorable as some of the other films that are there, but absolutely the music goes well with the narrative of the film. Likewise, the BGM also is very earthy, and it contributes to nice little intriguing moments in the screenplay via the earthy beats that it resorts to. And it also grounds the drama and reality as far as the music is concerned, or as far as the thrills are concerned. The cinematography is outstanding as well. It's again a contrasting range of skills that are there. It starts off, with the city of Kollam. It shifts to another city. So these contrasting cities, one was almost like a leisurely kind of a town. The other, being intimidating, which also was representative of the two tones of the film. The characters, that get embroiled. One was with respect to the family of Bruno, the other with respect to the character of Mariano that was there. Two contrasting characters. two contrasting cities to depict it, whereas even the mid shots, they allow you to stay connected to the characters. So I think that was a very interesting anecdote. The editing was also pretty good here, although a little, a miss at the end, as far as the tonal shifts are concerned, but it's okay. Those were just the little blips that were there, but overall editing was nothing to complain about. Director Jyotish Shankar, I think he did a wonderful job in his debut outing. He scored with his world building, with his characterization, with the emotions, and I think he came out on top with a pretty solid product at the end of it. Coming to the performances that are there, I think the performances are outstanding here. Be it Lijomol Jose, who plays the girl lead in the film. She was pretty good. Even Deepak Parambol in the light-hearted role was pretty impressive with his character that was there. Also, you would see Anand, who almost put up a facade, of an aggressive, hyper-masculine kind of a guy. Although all he wanted was love, and it was only to shed his vulnerability that he was putting up such a powerful front. I think the dichotomy that was there in his character was really nicely, portrayed by him. Even the character of the mother that was there, I think she did a pretty solid job. Sajin Gopu, who would have thought that our cute little Amban from Avesham would actually be so intimidating and so muscular, beefed up, There was no redemption to his character that was there, and he made for a wonderful watch. There, he would almost leave you in splits with his goofy act, and here he is intimidating to the core. You would send a shiver down your spine, make no mistake about it. So I think it was a terrific performance by him. But the performance of the film has to be Basil Joseph. I've read the comment like minimum guarantee Basil Joseph, the actor that is there, and it was another wonderful performance. Oh my god, I cannot stress enough how beautiful the performance was. If you have to study the range of an actor, you just need to see that one scene from Ponman, in which you see him stalling and almost like a suicide of a character by stalling him almost in a very comic manner. There were comic undertones to that scene when it started, only for that to transition into something serious and later on something emotional. So later on in the scene, after getting slapped, you see him remarking to the character of Anand that is there, the character of Anand who plays Bruno, that the character who slapped him is a good footballer and he has some solid kicks. This, as there are tears trickling down his cheek that is there. I think the range that was there, that Basil Joseph showed, starting with comedy to ending with such an emotional scene wherein you feel for the character at the end of the day. You may perceive him as a obstacle or a villain due to his alcoholism that is there to start with, but then the transition that he makes, it's a wonderful character. It was not at all easy. It was a complicated, complex character, and I think he did a smashing job. Oh my god, Basil Joseph, what have you done? Smashing job. And one of the reasons why the second half works also, despite his tonal inconsistencies or pacing issues, is because of the character dynamics between Saiju and Basil that is there. It's almost like a David versus Goliath kind of a tale in the second hour, and that makes an interesting watch. Even the politics that was the starting point also plays an important role in how the drama eventually shapes up. So at the end, if I have to think, everything added up to the T. My only issue was a little pacing issue here and there in the second hour, and a little tonal inconsistency that didn't really land the way it should have, with a little bit of a rudimentary payoff depending on what your taste is. I mean, some of you all may enjoy that. I found it to be decent. It's not a great film, I would say, but it's still a pretty solid watch. Ponman is a pretty solid watch. Make no mistake about it. I liked Ponman at the end of the day. So that was my video, guys. Remember to like the video if if you've liked my content. You can also dislike it if you want. Let me know your thoughts on what you felt of the film Ponman. What was your theatre going experience? Whether you liked it, you didn't like it, or are you looking forward to it? Whatever the case is, reply in the comments and I will ensure that you get a reply to the best of my ability. Also, what you can do is share this video with your friends and family, ask them to subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this Digi family together. My detailed review of Ponman is available on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Remember, double S is a brand, Popcorn Reviews, the link of which is in the description box below. You can read it in your language. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site and on my social media handles. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.